Sarawak is rich in culture, heritage, and beauty. Its people have lived off the land for many generations. From paddy planting to cattle herding, agricultural activities in Sarawak have always been part of Sarawakian culture regardless of race, ethnicity, and belief. These are some of the things that bind us. But what is the history of Sarawak's agricultural practices? Officially, the Department of Agriculture was established in 1924 when a British officer was appointed Director of Agriculture. This marked the start of the government's participation in Sarawak's agricultural development. Since 1929, the Department of Agriculture has been working on agricultural growth, especially crop development. When James Brooke arrived in Sarawak, there were already Chinese farmers cultivating pepper plantations. The Fuchao were brought in to cultivate cash crops such as rubber, pepper, and sago. The Hakka were mostly pepper growers and pig herders. The Chinese immigrants were planting vegetables, pepper, and rubber, while the natives focused mainly on paddy farming. According to Iban tradition, agriculture is viewed as a symbol of borrowing land for a season from the earth god Pulanggana, whom the land belongs to. The Dayaks, including the Bidayu, predominantly planted rice and millet, but also planted other crops such as yams and tapioca. For the Ibans in Saribas, a small part of the farming site would often be re-cleared after the rice harvest. A fenced garden called empalai will be made for planting cotton, which is used and woven for clothes. The empalai was also used for growing other food crops such as eggplant, yams, chilies, sugarcane, and cassava. The Bidayu also planted paddy on hillsides as they lived mainly in hilly, mountainous areas. They too had agricultural seasons similar to that of the Ibans. Up north in the Barrio Highlands, the Kelabit cultivated paddy fields. In addition to paddy planting, the Kelabits also made salt. In the coastal areas of central Sarawak, the Melanau predominantly focused on cultivating sago. The sago industry continues till today. Based on Sarawak's history, it is clear that the practice of agriculture exists among our people, regardless of ethnicity. Today, agriculture is still being practiced widely in Sarawak.
So I took my early retirement as an academician and now start doing my own agri-business venture. So under Make Good Agro Solutions. So now we are in one of my durian field situated in the center town of Bintulu. So we have about 20 acres of durian and also 2 acres of fish pond and some other crops. And also we have a stingless bee, about 400 hives in this farm.
I'm Eddie, graduated from UPM, University Putra Malaysia in 2012. I work as a horticulturist in Lotus Farm Architect. I started farming 9 years ago. I'm into plants. That's why I'm involved in this agriculture. Now I'm managing the melon farming.
Although agricultural methods have changed throughout the decades, Sarawak is on a continuous journey to advance and develop the industry.
The most important aspects of the agriculture industry is to enable the production of the agriculture producers to be consistent in terms of supply as well as the quality of the produce. Of course, if we like to export it to the world market or global market, the product that comes up from our state got to be consistently produced, not only in terms of the volume, but also in terms of the quality, and therefore it can enable meeting the global required by the global market. At the same time, the government is also looking into how the farming community income can be further increased. We have set a target of 6,000 monthly income for farming community household, farming community by 2030. And of course, at the same time, we need to look into how the farming activities can be made sustainable to the environment.
Sarawak is aiming to be a net food exporter by 2030 through modern farming and global partnerships.
First thing, our government should create a database. How much area have been planted by whom, where, what type of crops, when, where to harvest. So this database is important so that we know what are the products we have. Then we can talk about exporting. Then secondly is we hope government can speed up the collection center in all districts, collection and processing center to be placed in all main districts in order for us to connect, link all the product produced in rural areas. Then we can have the volume. Thirdly is about the government support towards processing. So make sure in each district there must be at least 1 or 2 companies doing downstream activities for agriculture product.
First of all, I would like to thank to Dr. Ahmad Douglas, DOA and the Ministry because our company is one of the participants in this TKPM Rampangi. So where the facility is provided for us to manage our manure farming. They got some facilities such as the IoT, Internet of Things, and the greenhouse structure to protect the insect and from getting to our plants.
Through various programs and partnerships, the Sarawak government has established more opportunities for Sarawakians to venture into agriculture.
We do offer financial loans, grants, and other financial aids, as well as programs that involve agriculture-based practices, and that also encompasses the quality standard program for the agro-based industry projects. So the Sarawak Agro Fund, which is offered by Sarawak Land Development Board or SADB, offers not only loan but also grant, in order for the farmers that aspire to expand their business to make it even bigger. And at the same time, we also offer other equipment, not only for the crop sector but also for livestock as well as for fisheries sectors. At the same time, we also would like the agro-based industry to be expanded further, and various programs that include the assistance in forms of machineries, equipment, and at the same time we also provide training program for them, and also to improve on the quality standard of their product.
In addition to that, the state government is also looking into increasing facilities to collect, process and package food and fruit products to boost Sarawak's export.
As the focus of the development of the agriculture sector in Sarawak, through modernization and commercialization of the agriculture, that will include the development of the rural economy and the native land development. The programs that has been formulated or developed at the ministry level to be undertaken by our department and agencies include a wide range of programs and projects, starting based on the farm to table concept. It covers the programs to develop our research and development. It also covers the farm input, the infrastructure, as well as the mechanization program. The key initiative that has been taken and also going to be undertaken by the government is to provide the marketing and distribution center, what we call as the collection, processing and packaging center all over the place. And the new concept that has been introduced by the government is to establish more agro-food terminal all over Sarawak. And the purpose is, of course, to increase the efficiency of collecting and also distributing of farm producers and the rest.
Besides state government initiatives and programs, academicians also play an important role in bridging the gap farmers face in improving farming practices by adopting new technology.
Okay, so in Sarawak we have UITM, Curtin, Swinburne, UNIMAS, UPM. Okay, so these 5 institutions have the potential to be assisting or advisor for this agro venture development within the state. So in the production, maybe UPM and UITM will be co-person. Downstream, maybe Curtin, UPM, UITM, UNIMAS also can assist. So that's the role of academician or researcher in developing the agriculture industry in the state. So as academician, they have all the knowledge, they have the connection, and also they have the technical know-how and how to bridge the technology to the farmers. So because some technologies are too advanced, but with the involvement of academicians, they can simplify the technology, make it adaptable and adoptable by farmers.
Education is important to ensure that the agricultural industry is always expanding through research and development.
For example, under the Ministry or Department of Agriculture, we have the Agriculture Institute in Semenggor, that train our youth into farming. And recently, Centec is also offering a number of modern, programs on agriculture program, such as smart farming, right? And Centec is opening their branch in Mocha as well as soon to be in Sri Aman, and that will be able to bring in more youth to be trained, so that this youth later on can be part and parcel of the agriculture transformation in the state. Well, if you look at the overall scenario of the industry, previously we normally practice subsistence farming, and under the new agriculture transformation program, as well as under the post-COVID development strategy 2030 or PCDS in short, the government would like to transform the sector into a more vibrant, technology-driven sector in order to increase, first of all, farmers' income and eventually to become the net exporter of food by 2030.
The future of agriculture lies in the hands of the younger generation. While there are some concerns that young people may not be interested in agriculture, there are young farmers who are passionate about what they do.
Well, of course, in order to continue with the development of the agriculture sector, we need young blood into the sector. We need youth that have talent to be part or to become the participants of our program later on. If you are hardworking, if you are committed, if you have the interest in agriculture, right, come and see us and talk to us.
Because you know what you want. Your generation, their taste bud is different than the old generation. So today you want something sweet, but tomorrow you want something sweet and sour. So as a young people, your mindset, your creativity in doing product and doing marketing and doing networking is great. So that's the thing that you have to go into.
The most important aspect of the agriculture is to keep learning and keep practicing at all times to get ourselves knowledgeable. so we can improve our agriculture industry. My advice for the youngster is now you don't need to worry about the knowledge because you can get a lot of knowledge through the website and also from the expert people.
Agriculture is more than just farming. Agriculture ties into our history and our culture. Although the ways of agriculture have changed and modernized over the years, it has always been a huge part of what binds us together.